Hello everyone, it's me. I'm in the car. We're on our way to Nottingham. I did my first morning back at work this morning and it was, a bit wobbly, relatively, well, it was actually completely trouble-free. I just got on with trying to get my systems set back up again after being off for such a long time, wading through a backlog of emails which didn't really mean anything to me anymore, and that was, my morning flew by doing that. So everybody welcomed me back and made me feel very at home. It was like I'd never been away really. Anyway, it's our wedding anniversary and we've been to see little lads' harvest assembly at school this afternoon, and we've fed them now and we're on our way to Nottingham. We're having a rare night out. We're going to go for some tea at Chiquito's and then we're going to see a band that we really like called Gloryhammer play tonight. So yes, I don't know that I won't get any footage of that, I shouldn't imagine, but I might show you a picture of my food if you're very lucky. Anyway, talk to you in a bit. Whilst we're on our way down, we're just I'm having a little knit in the car, just working on my Woodland Wonderland sock again. I'm quite close to the toe. There's my, can't see it very clearly in this light actually. That green line there is my heel line, so I'm about maybe just over halfway down the foot for me. So yes, I can't decide whether to do a contrasting heel and toe or whether to do the sock completely in this yarn yet, but I shouldn't imagine I'll need to worry about that tonight anyway. So I shall just chug down this sock while we chug down the M1. Morning! Oh, I wasn't holding that very well. Good morning. Oh, I'm tired. I was up too late for a school night last night because we were at that gig. But today will be mostly fueled by coffee. I didn't get much yesterday, so I'm going to amalgamate. So you'll have seen that I'll have put yesterday's and today's together. So I'm just about to head off to work, but hopefully I'll do some nice bits this afternoon. So I'm going to finish my coffee and I'll talk to you in a bit. Hello, I'm home from work now. I'm just preparing to do a spot of dyeing. I'm just winding some skeins up, put some safety ties in, which I probably don't really need to, but it just helps me. Ooh, it's a lovely angle. See, right up my nose. I don't think there's any bogies. Sorry if any arachnophobia people here, these are just plastic spiders. I had a Halloween party and it was not a Halloween party, a Harry Potter birthday party, and this is the Chamber of Secrets. Follow the spiders. Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies? From Ron. So anyway, Cherie, I've been watching you again and you've got your technique for winding skeins. Absolutely right, but I just thought I'd show you how I do mine, but it's almost the same. I just keep my right hand stationary and hold on to it like this, and my left hand does the winding. 8, 9, 10. I do it 10. And then I bring them together and push them through. And then I think the only thing, look, see, mine's not very neat there. And the only thing you might be worrying about is not manipulating it enough after you've wound it up. If it's loose at one end and tight at the other, sort of get your fingers in between the twists and sort of redistribute the amount of energy that's gone into the skein. And then you'll get the same amount of twist at this end as you do at that end. So I think your technique was absolutely fine, but that's the way I do mine. When they're wet, they're harder to wind up, and I use a hook that I've got on the wall instead of hooking it on my thumb, and that makes it a lot easier to wind them up as well when they're wet. But that's the way to do it. Then I'm going to get on. I've got a couple of pre-orders for kits I've got to get finished today. I've got a pre-order for some Halloween yarn. I'm going to try and get a couple of those dirigible plum skeins dyed up so they can go in the shop. And it's Derbyshire Dyers market night this Sunday coming, and the theme is bonfire night, so I'm going to be dyeing up a couple of colourways to go in there as well. So I'll hopefully be able to show you those, if not later today, then tomorrow. But I'll get on with my dyeing now. Well, the day went downhill quite rapidly after the last time I spoke to you. I'm showing you yarn because I can't show you myself. It's appalling. It's almost 10 o'clock and I finally just got the kids to settle down. But at least I got my dyeing done this afternoon. So I've got some of the Luna Lovegood yarn on the end, some yarns for orders that have already been placed, and some which are for the Derbyshire Dyers market night. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get a chance to sit down and show them to you all skeined up and pretty. They're still just doing their final bit of drying off at the moment. One small snag I got caught on this afternoon whilst I was dyeing was that I'd forgotten my rubber gloves that I use for dyeing had sprung a leak, and you can't see. Oh yeah, you can. Try and swap over because this hand's even more spectacular. Look at that. Skanky or what? Anyway, never mind. Ugh. They are all the fissures that I was speaking about in my hands. They never go away completely, but when my hands get really dry in winter, they get really snaggy and sore, and then they peel off and the new skin is tender underneath. But since I've been using the Epiderm cream, that's a lot better. I don't really usually notice it too much, apart from when I get loads of brown dye in it. Anyway, I'll show you all these properly tomorrow, but for tonight I'm going to say good night and I'll speak to you again tomorrow hopefully. Bye!